Hey everybody, it's Marcus. I want to talk to you about my latest piece of content that I've crafted and want to tell you about. These are 5 real good questions to ask a home inspector, and I want to just say after years of being a buyer and a seller and a realtor that this is a real opportunity for leverage in your transaction, and you should consider it an investment in your future purchase. And I'll just tell you why. Is because the seller's not going to be around after you do your inspections, after you do your due diligence, and you need to do a really good job of managing your personnel. If you have an agent helping you, then you should work with them as your team member to craft the proper questions to absolutely maximize the time that you are with your inspector during this period, and do some preliminary work in order to make sure you get the right inspector, because that is a very, very important, even crucial point, is to get the right inspector, to lock them into the right frame of mind in order to give you the best service. You can go get referrals for inspectors. You can also consult Google reviews, even though I'm likely to throw out some of them. I don't believe all of them, because people usually only review things if they are upset. So that's not a fair estimate, but I will say that there are licensing processes through a governing body. Usually the state gives out home inspector licenses, and you should consult those as well as do an interview by phone. Regardless of if you get a referral or choose somebody out of off the internet per Google reviews, you should absolutely contact the front desk and request a phone call with the person who's going to be inspecting your house. It's something that I would do. I've been blessed to find a good to have a good relationship with an inspector and feel like they're technically sound. They care. They're going to give you the straight information about what is important to you, what is crucial that a buyer would see, that is a safety issue, that is important to understand about the material facts of a property. So this, being there on site, asking the proper questions of your inspector or future inspector, and being on site. The site visit on the day of, if you can't be there, I would recommend taking the time off and investing that time and considering it an investment in your future purchase. So I think some great questions are done in a preliminary manner as well as during the site visit. So I've recorded these. I'm just going to open this up to remind myself about what I wrote, but settlement issues are important, as well as the system issues, HVAC, electrical, plumbing, roof system, wall systems are super important. So one common thing is what is the condition of the roof? And you can ask this certainly on a site visit. You could ask it after the inspection's done, but being there, he can point to it as opposed to showing you a picture of it. So are there missing shingles? Do you got an opinion about the remaining life of the roof? Can you comment on the materials used in the construction? Was it installed correctly? And are there any hazardous materials like asbestos used on the roof? Another great question is, what's the general condition of the HVAC system? Are the temperature differentials in line with what you would expect on a well-maintained performing system? Are there any unsafe conditions with the electric connections or exhaust connections adjacent to the roof materials or other potentially flammable materials? And what's the remaining life you think is on the HVAC? Are there any deficiencies? I'm listing this as the third great question or topic to talk about with your inspector. Are there any window or insulation problems and deficiencies with the windows, doors, or wall or attic insulation? And this really, mold is a great topic because it's potentially scary and it is potentially hazardous. And this is automatically minimized by realtors and sellers and builders who really have a dog in the hunt. They have a vested interest in you purchasing the house, so they're going to minimize it because there's a little bit of money waiting for them. If this sale falls apart, then they don't get paid. So mold is important. Now, I've had a chance to talked with a mold expert, and she related it to whether or not you're susceptible. So you can have really bad conditions, but have somebody who's not susceptible to it. People that are young, whose immune systems aren't fully developed. People who are immunosuppressed, like somebody going through chemotherapy. They're going to be in a condition that any kind of mold or hazardous things is really going to trigger what they got going on. So for these people, it absolutely is an issue. Newer houses, so your general inspector, there are, of course, legal implications to what an inspector can say on whether or not they're qualified or not. They can't just go point to something and say there's mold there, but you can certainly inquire. Is there a condition on site, on this site visit, that would cause you to believe that there is a need to further test for mold if this is an issue for you? Now, this is, you got to find somebody, and they do. They have a baseline test. They're going to measure the air, and they're going to waft some air through some kind of filter that catches the mold as a baseline outside, and then they're going to do it in several locations and in several few different manners inside. And the fifth subject is what I kind of alluded to with the mold. Is you can ask your inspector while you're out there, is there any indication for the need to hire additional inspections? Now, they should really think, and after you've done a preliminary interview and feel like they're a quality person, you're going to get somebody who's telling you their real opinion and whether or not you need to go get another inspection, maybe a structural, something that is out of their scope, out of their expertise. They can recommend further electrician to price it out or give their expert opinion. Foundation is an important one. And, this is a great question and shows you what a value it is to be on site during your inspection period for your house. So managing these inspectors, managing the inspections can really be the highest form of leverage to get a good product, to be sure of what you're buying. If there's nothing wrong, then it's a learning experience, but your money and time is really going to pay off if you if you find something that catches a material defect or a safety concern. So I really just wanted to flesh that out and share my thoughts on that. And so that's what I have to say about managing your time and managing your choice on who your housing inspector is for your real estate purchase or sell. You can get an inspection before you sell. So I appreciate your time, and this is Marcus Tuttle. I'll see you next time.